Hello there, my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. A special heartfelt welcome to all of my magnificent Aries warriors out there. I have a feeling you are guided to be here right now at this very moment because your spirit is sensing that something is off. Can you feel it? It's not a loud clashing alarm, is it? It's something more subtle, more draining. It's that feeling of driving with the emergency brake engaged. You're pushing forward with all your incredible might, with that glorious fire that defines you, but your momentum feels stalled. Your energy, that brilliant, radiant life force you share so generously, feels depleted. You're a pioneer, a trailblazer, the one who is meant to charge ahead, and yet you feel this invisible resistance. This curious exhaustion that doesn't seem to match the effort you're putting in. You've been trying to rationalize it, haven't you? Shaking it off, telling yourself you just need more sleep, more coffee, more motivation. You've been trying to outrun it, to push through it with sheer force of will, because that is the Aries way. But my dear, powerful Ram, what if I told you that resistance isn't coming from within you? What if that exhaustion is not a sign of your fire dimming, but a sign that someone very, very close to you has been quietly siphoning your flame? This is a profound and pivotal message, a moment of awakening that could redefine the path ahead. So before we journey deeper into this truth, I want you to connect with our community of warriors. In the comments below, let me know if you've been feeling this strange energetic drain by typing, "My fire is my own." And if you haven't yet joined our circle, please take a moment to press that subscribe button. We are building a sacred space here at Astrology Unlocked, and I want to ensure you never miss the cosmic guidance that is meant for you. Now let's talk about the truth that your soul has been gently nudging you to see. The universe is trying to tell you that someone in your inner circle, someone you trust implicitly, is not the ally they appear to be. And please hear me. When I say this is not about some dramatic movie-style betrayal with a villain twisting their mustache. Oh no, it is so much more insidious and frankly, so much more dangerous than that. It's not a dagger in the back. It's a slow, methodical poisoning of the wellspring of your confidence. It's a campaign waged in whispers, in subtle comments, disguised as care, in helpful advice that always seems to plant a seed of doubt. And you, my beautiful trusting Aries, with your heart so open and your loyalty so fierce, you've been letting it slide. And before your mind starts racing, trying to pinpoint the culprit, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath, because it's probably not the person you think it is. It's not that obvious rival you already keep at arm's length. It's not the person who openly challenges you. In fact, you respect that you thrive on open competition. No, this energy is coming from someone you have welcomed into your camp, someone you have championed, someone whose presence feels like a comforting warmth. But what you're beginning to realize is that it's the kind of warmth that comes from a fire that is consuming your wood. And that realization that stings in a way a direct attack never could, doesn't it? When the sabotage comes, not from an enemy, but from someone who was supposed to be part of your army. Let me pull back the curtain on the cosmic and energetic play that's been unfolding behind the scenes of your life. While you've been charging forward, sharing your brilliant ideas, your passionate plans, and your boundless enthusiasm, this person has been playing a very different game. It's a game of shadows, a silent competition you didn't even know you were a part of. They see your light, your effortless ability to lead and inspire, and it triggers something deep within them. Not always pure malice, my dear. Sometimes it is born from their own deep-seated insecurity, Sometimes it's a terrifying envy of your natural courage. Sometimes it's a twisted fear that if you soar too high, you will leave them behind. But the motivation ultimately doesn't matter because the result is the same. Your fire is being dampened, your path is being obstructed, and you are being subtly manipulated. And here is the part that will feel like a punch to the gut. You have already seen the signs. You absolutely have. Think back. Remember that brilliant idea you shared with them in a burst of excitement, only to have them respond with a list of all the reasons it could fail, cloaked as just being realistic. Remember that time you achieved something magnificent and their congratulations felt hollow, a little forced, lacking the genuine heart-swelling joy they show for others. Remember that piece of advice that in hindsight led you down a path of hesitation instead of your usual decisive action, or that private insecurity you confided in them which later resurfaced as a thinly veiled joke in front of others. You saw it. You felt that little pang, that momentary flicker of confusion. But you dismissed it. You filed it away under him just being sensitive, or they're just having a bad day. You did this because for you, Aries loyalty is not a strategy, it's an absolute. To admit the truth would mean admitting that your trust, your most generously given gift, was misplaced. And for a warrior, that feels like a failure in judgment. But I need you to listen to me with every fiber of your being right now. Recognizing this truth is not failure. It is the ultimate act of self-preservation. It is your warrior spirit waking up and realizing the battle is not on the field in front of you, but right inside your own command tent. This is your strategic intelligence reaching its highest form, because you stand at a crossroads with two distinct paths forward. The first path is to continue as you are, to keep pushing against this invisible friction, to keep ignoring that quiet voice until this subtle sabotage escalates into an undeniable crisis, a moment where the betrayal is so blatant, so explosive, that you have no choice but to see it. And by then, my dear, the damage could be significant. Your project could be derailed, your reputation tarnished, your spirit deeply wounded. Or there is the second path, the path of the conscious warrior. You choose to face this truth right now. You honor what your energy has been telling you, and you take decisive strategic action before more of your precious flame is extinguished. So my magnificent Aries, which path do you choose? Now we arrive at the most crucial part of this journey. Because once you fully accept what has been happening, your first instinct, your righteous Mars-ruled impulse, will be to declare war. You'll want to confront them, to unleash a torrent of fiery truth, to burn the bridge down in a blaze of glory. Someone has wronged you, and every cell in your body will scream for justice, for a showdown. And I honor that instinct. It is the source of your incredible power. But this time, my dear friend, the nature of the battle is different. This time, the most powerful revenge, the most decisive victory is not about a direct attack. Think of it this way: a fire doesn't need to attack the darkness. It simply needs to burn brighter. Your greatest act of power is to reclaim your energy. It's to cut off their access to your light. It's to turn your back on their shadowy game and channel all of that reclaimed fire into your own ascent. Imagine leaving them in the dust, confused and powerless, while you soar towards your destiny without looking back. Because what truly starves a person who feeds on your energy, it's not your anger, it's your indifference, it's your success, it's your complete and utter focus on your own magnificent path. And you must understand something about the nature of this person. They will never ever admit to it. When you do eventually confront them, because let's be honest, an Aries will always seek clarity, prepare yourself. They will deny everything. They will masterfully twist the narrative, painting you as the one who is paranoid, dramatic, or overly ambitious. They will weep. They will recount every single favor they've ever done for you. They will play the victim with an Oscar-worthy performance that you never knew they possessed. And for a fleeting moment, because your heart is good and you hate to cause pain, you will doubt yourself. You'll wonder, am I crazy? Am I making this all up? That moment of doubt is their final weapon. And this is where you must stand in your power. You do not need their confession for your truth to be valid. You have the evidence. It's written in the language of energy, of intuition, of all those small but significant moments that now click into place like a cosmic puzzle. Your clarity is your confirmation. That is enough. Let me tell you what will happen in the coming days and weeks. As you truly open your eyes, as you stop filtering this person's words and actions through the beautiful, loyal lens you've always used, you will see the pattern with blinding clarity. It will be like watching a movie for the second time and noticing all the clues you missed. You remember conversations where they subtly discouraged you from taking a risk that would have led to massive growth. You'll recall wise advice that always steered you towards the smaller, safer option, keeping your brilliant flame contained. You will connect the dots and see how your moments of vulnerability were catalogued only to be used against you later in the most discreet ways. And each memory will bring a fresh sting, but also a profound sense of validation. Here is the beautiful and terrifying magic of this moment. You are ready to see it. You would not have found your way to this message. You would not still be listening with such intensity if your soul wasn't prepared for this awakening. Your spirit has known for a while. It was just waiting for your conscious mind, your beautiful action-oriented mind to catch up. And now that it has, there is no turning back. You cannot unsee the pattern. You cannot unfeel the truth. A certain kind of innocence is lost, yes, but in its place, something far more powerful is born: unwavering, crystalline clarity. And this clarity, my dear Aries, will set you free in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Because this specific situation is merely the symptom of a much larger energetic pattern in your life. A pattern of giving your fiery energy to those who do not cherish it. A pattern of championing people who would never champion you with the same fierce loyalty. A pattern of mistaking proximity for allegiance. And when you break this one toxic link with this one person, you will trigger a chain reaction. You will shatter the entire pattern across every area of your life. You will stop accepting lukewarm support. You will stop justifying lackluster loyalty. You will begin to demand that the people in your life either add to your fire or get out of the way of its warmth. I can hear that little voice in your head now, the one that's still whispering, but what if I'm wrong? What if I cut ties with someone important over a misunderstanding? Let me give you the most honest answer I can, from my heart to yours. Aries, your instincts are your divine compass. They are primal, pure, and designed for action. While a water sign might feel things in swirling depths, your intuition is a lightning strike. It's a sudden clear go or a hard gut level no. That feeling of being drained, of being subtly undermined, that is a definitive no. The 1% of the time you might misread a situation comes from a place of impatience, not a lack of perception. But what you are feeling now is not impatience. It is a deep, resonant knowing. It is your inner warrior sensing a threat not to your life, but to your life force. And when that alarm sounds, you do not question it. You act. So what are the first steps on this new path? This is where your true power comes into play. First, you perform a strategic energy audit. Effective immediately, you stop feeding this person your brilliance. You stop sharing your vulnerabilities, your secret dreams, your next big moves. You become an information fortress. You remain cordial, you remain pleasant, but you cut off the supply line to your soul. Second, you enter a phase of conscious observation. From this new detached vantage point, simply watch. When you stop giving them the energy they crave, their true nature will be revealed in their attempts to get it back. They will create small dramas to pull you in. They will feign deep concern for your sudden distance. They will deploy every emotional tactic that has ever worked on your good heart. And you, the wise general, will simply watch, take notes, and understand their strategy without getting drawn onto their battlefield. And here is something crucial you will discover during this observation. You will see who else is entangled in their web. A silent betrayal is rarely a solo performance. There is often a small audience, people who see what's happening and say nothing, or people who are being used as unwitting pawns to pass along information or sow seeds of doubt. As you identify these roles, your entire social landscape will begin to clarify and reorganize itself. Some people will naturally fall away, unable to stand in the light of your newfound clarity. Others may even approach you filled with relief and apologize for not having the courage to speak up sooner. And you, in your new role as the sovereign of your own energy, will decide who is worthy of a place in your new, upgraded inner circle. Let me prepare you for the emotional wave that is coming when the full truth is revealed, either through your actions or theirs. You will feel a surge of white-hot anger. Of course, you are a fire sign after all. You will feel a deep sadness for the loss of what you thought you had. But the emotion that will surprise you with its intensity is relief, an immense, soul-deep relief. The relief of finally understanding. The relief of knowing you weren't crazy. The relief that all those confusing little pieces finally form a clear picture. And that relief will be the fuel you need to do whatever needs to be done. But there's a critical detail here, a warning that the universe wants me to share with you. When you definitively remove this person from your life, when you cut that cord, they will not go quietly into the night. Their ego will be wounded, and they will likely attempt a scorched earth policy. They will try to tarnish your reputation. They will twist the story, painting you as the aggressor, the unstable one, the villain. And some people, my dear, will believe them. They will choose a side, and it may not be yours, and that will hurt. But do you know what is so incredibly liberating about that moment when someone believes a lie about you without ever coming to you for your truth? They show you that their loyalty was never truly with you in the first place. So you are not losing allies. You are simply revealing the imposters. You are cleaning house. And this is a truth you must engrave upon your warrior's heart. True loyalty is not blind. Intelligent loyalty, the kind you both give and deserve, is conscious. It questions, it observes, and it adjusts. You can be loyal to the memory of who someone was, while simultaneously recognizing that they are no longer that person. You can honor a shared history, while acknowledging that the current relationship has become toxic. And making that distinction does not make you a traitor. It makes you self-aware. It makes you someone who respects their own fire too much to let anyone else diminish it. There is something about your magnificent Aries soul that is both your greatest gift and your most profound vulnerability. When you love, when you believe in someone, you are all in. You give your energy, your support, your fierce protection without reservation. It is a breathtakingly beautiful and rare quality in this world. But it also leaves you open. People see this unconditional championship, and some, the ones with shadows in their own hearts, will see it as a resource to be exploited. They will bask in your warmth, drain your energy, and take advantage of your good faith until you are left feeling empty and confused. But this emptiness you might be feeling now, this sense of having wasted your precious fire on someone unworthy, I promise you, it is temporary. It is a void that will be filled, and what will rush in to fill it is something far more valuable than you can imagine: true discernment. The ability to love with your whole heart, but with your eyes wide open. The ability to champion others, but not at the expense of your own mission. The ability to be loyal, but never again to the point of self-betrayal. When you integrate this wisdom, when you balance your boundless passion with this sharp perception, you become an unstoppable force of nature. And do you want to know the deepest, most transformative truth of this entire situation? This was never really about them. It was always about you. This whole experience is a cosmic initiation. It's a divine lesson from the universe, designed to teach you how to value your own energy so profoundly that this kind of subtle betrayal becomes impossible in the future. Not because people won't try, but because your internal alarm system will be so finely tuned, your boundaries so clear and strong, that you will identify and neutralize the threat before it can ever cause real harm. It's about you learning to build an inner circle, a sacred group of firekeepers who are as dedicated to protecting your flame as you are to protecting theirs and everyone else. They can watch from a distance, warmed by your glow, but never again allowed to touch the source. Now is the moment. We take all of this cosmic wisdom and ground it into empowered action. Because for too long, you have felt like a victim of this confusing energy. But you are not the victim here. You are the protagonist of this story. You are the hero. And the moment you truly claim that role, the entire dynamic shifts. You stop reacting and start creating. You stop being confused and start strategizing. You are no longer just the soldier. You are the general of your own life. And as the general, you must understand a core principle: removing the saboteur from your camp is only the first step. The deeper work is to understand the breach in your own defenses that allowed them in. What insecurity, what unhealed wound, what deep need for validation within you made you so willing to accept false allegiance, as if it were the real thing? Because if you don't do this sacred inner work, if you don't heal that particular blind spot, the universe, in its infinite wisdom and love for you, will simply send you another teacher in a different costume, and another, until the lesson is finally learned. You only ever accept the love and loyalty you believe you deserve. Perhaps it is time to realize on a cellular level that you deserve so much more. You deserve fierce, honest, and enthusiastic allies who celebrate your victories as if they were their own. Let me tell you about the exact moment you will know with absolute certainty that you are healed and free. It's not when the anger fades. It's not even when you forgive them, because forgiveness is a choice, not a requirement for your peace. The moment of true freedom is when you can think of that person or even see them and feel nothing. Not love, not hate, not a single spark of resentment. Just a calm, quiet neutrality. When their existence or non-existence in your life makes absolutely zero difference to your emotional state, when they have become utterly irrelevant to your forward momentum. That is freedom. That is victory. And until you reach that beautiful shore, while you are still navigating the stormy seas of this realization, please be gentle with yourself. Your tendency, my dear warrior, is to turn that fire inward, to blame yourself, to think, how could I have been so stupid? I should have known better. I let this happen. But my love, listen to me. You are not stupid. You are a being of light and trust. You wanted to see the best in someone. You led with your heart. You were generous with your faith. There is no shame in that. The shame belongs entirely to the person who abused your beautiful gift. This was not your fault. It was your lesson. And I want to leave you with a vision of the future. When you emerge from this, when your inner circle is cleansed, when your life is rebuilt upon a foundation of authenticity and reciprocal energy, you will look back on this moment not with pain, but with a strange and profound gratitude. You will be grateful because this betrayal was the sacred wound that awakened you. It forced you to raise your standards, to fortify your boundaries, and to become the conscious creator of your reality. The people and opportunities that will enter your life after this purification will be of a much higher vibration. They will have to pass through a new filter of integrity, a gateway of genuine intention. Your life may become smaller in quantity, my dear Aries, but it will become infinitely magnificently richer in quality. This isn't just an ending. This is the beginning of your most powerful and authentic chapter yet. Step into it with courage, with purpose, and with the unwavering knowledge that your fire is a sacred gift meant to light up the world.